The further into the season, the more winning teams start to separate themselves, and losing teams have to start answering some tough questions. There are so many different molds a team could form to fit. An elite quarterback will take you far, but a stifling defense can drain your opponent's spirit. A combination of both, your eyes are on the Lombardi Trophy. So what teams are proving to the viewers that they are worth all the hype? Let's dive right into this week's list. 6. Lions. Like Tim and Sam, the Lions have been down badly for a long time. Too long. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2016, and they haven't won a playoff game since 1992. They are even one of 4 teams that have not only never won a Super Bowl, they've never even come close to sniffing the big game. But when Detroit hired head coach Dan Campbell, he promised to bring this team out from the dirt. And since he joined the team in 2021, he seems to be delivering on his promise. The team is 4-1, coming off a blowout win over the Carolina Panthers. How did Campbell do what many other coaches before him couldn't? He built a complete football team that is successful in many different areas. Jared Goff is a veteran quarterback who is comfortable under center. The O-line is one of the best in the league, which gives Goff time in the pocket and also helps guide a successful run game. This is a team that most people are choosing to look over and not take seriously, but those people might be running out of excuses. Campbell promised his team would be a fighter and not get walked on by other teams, and his players have backed up this mentality. This Lions team should be taken very seriously, and we will see how they continue to play as they progress through their schedule. 5. Cowboys.
On the fake, Rush has time, lands open again, first down and more, into Washington.
Dallas fans love to utter the infamous words every year, and through the first couple weeks of the NFL season, it appeared that the Cowboys might actually be back. Fast forward to early October, and all of the questions and doubts we have on the Cowboys seem to be back in full force. It looks like the only thing back is Luke on his back, while Adam stands and observes. Maybe the beatdown courtesy of the 49ers says more about the elite skill level of the 49ers instead of how poor the Cowboys are. But Dak Prescott struggled to get into rhythm, and Dallas could only scrape a little over 55 rushing yards. Dak has never been a quarterback who can carry a team or do anything special when the run game fails to get started. At this point, teams are daring Prescott to throw 35 times a game because they know the odds will stack away from Dallas. Dallas Cowboys longtime owner Jerry Jones does not like to see his team get blown out, especially not on primetime television for the whole world to see. You can expect changes to be made, whether they are big or small, but there is no way ownership will sit on their hands and watch Dallas continue to fail in the big moments. There is so much talent on both sides of the ball, which is why the Cowboys still crack our power rankings list, but unless they figure out the problem, they will continue to slip. 4. Chiefs. After losing the season's opening game to the Detroit Lions, the Chiefs have returned by winning the last 4 games. Has it been pretty? Not entirely, but a win is a win. This season, the biggest storyline in Kansas City has been the relationship between Patrick Mahomes and his young wide receivers. On a Chiefs team that was so explosive with Tyreek Hill, this 2023 team is a little different because they don't have a true number 1 receiver. Unless you count tight end Travis Kelce, Mahomes' number 1 target for the last 5 or so years. It takes time to gain the trust of a quarterback, so as the season continues to go forward, we can expect to see the chemistry of this team continue to grow. Mahomes has proven to be the ultimate eraser because he can fix mistakes made by the team just because he is so talented and can make plays that others can't. But he won't be able to do that forever. If the win streak continues, we will have to see someone on the offensive side of the ball step up in the next couple of weeks. The defensive side of the ball has been fantastic for the Chiefs. They have some up-and-coming young players in their secondary, and the pressure they can get on the opposing quarterbacks has helped keep the Chiefs in games. Mahomes is clearly one of the league's top quarterbacks, so until he gets knocked off, it'll be hard to ignore any team he plays for. 3. Dolphins. Devon Achane being sidelined for a couple of weeks due to injury should make Dolphins fans scream. The speedy rookie running back has been absolutely unstoppable and critical to the Dolphins' offensive success, and he proved this during the Dolphins' matchup with the New York Giants. The rookie ran for 151 yards on 1 touchdown and did it all on almost fewer than 10 total carriers. Achane's performance is a good comparison to how the Dolphins have been doing. Super hot fire. The Dolphins broke the record for total offensive yards through 5 games with 2,568 yards, and head coach Mike McDaniel is very excited about it. "Mission accomplished," he said. "We had the whole offseason. That was our goal. Output after 5 games. He was joking and is ensuring his team gets the message too. Nobody cares about stats through 5 games. You don't win any awards. Maintaining that success throughout the season is very difficult as teams start adjusting and game plan to stop the explosive offense. But the Dolphins are sitting in a great position through Week 5. And if we continue to see explosive games from this team, they could set themselves up to win a playoff game for the first time since 2000. 2. Eagles.
It's Hurts. It's a deep ball. Looking for Devontae Smith. What a catch!
The Eagles are 5-0, so all should be well correct? Not so much. Each of the 5 wins for the Eagles has been very hard to get, and they haven't necessarily been clicking like some of the other top teams we've seen, but there is still a lot to be happy about. Getting wins in the NFL is hard, so to be one of 2 teams that is still unbeaten through Week 5, the Eagles should be happy with where they are currently at. But if they want to see this success continue through the rest of the season, they must clean up a few things. The offensive production hasn't been as consistent as what fans saw last season, and to make it even more frustrating, we have seen glimpses but nothing like last year. The focus on the offense should be geared toward getting star wide receiver A.J. Brown as many targets as possible, which will help spread the offense out and create gaps for the run game. As far as the Philly defense goes, the secondary needs to clean things up as the upcoming schedule will bring a lot of high-caliber offensive players. Chiefs, Dolphins, and Bills. The Eagles probably feel fantastic about their current situation, as they should, but should continue to work and improve specific areas if they want to see long-term success as the season continues. 1. 49ers. Sunday night's matchup between the 49ers and the Cowboys was one of the most highly anticipated games of the weekend. 2 of the top teams in the league, with arguably the best defenses on each sideline, was enough to draw in a record 26 million viewers throughout the game. A lot of talk was about Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, as they separated them from the rest of the pack and tried to get the doubters off their backs. But the 49ers didn't want to hear about any of that, and unfortunately for the millions of viewers, this game was over quickly. In a dominating 42-10 victory, the 49ers are the clear favorites in the league right now. The roster doesn't seem to have any holes, and Brock Purdy is doing exactly what he should be doing, executing at a high level and avoiding big mistakes. The defense held the Cowboys to only 200 yards and 8 first downs. You realize how big of a swing this is when you look at the 49ers' 420 total offensive yards and 25 first downs. Currently, it doesn't look like a single team can challenge this San Fran roster, and we may be getting into the conversation of a possible undefeated season. Well, there's our list. There are a lot of changes and shakeups from our previous list, but that's what makes the NFL so fun. What did we miss and who did we forget? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos.